Let's talk SSDs, shall we? Hi guys, I'm Robbie from the Insatiable Gamer. Not normally on camera, usually behind the camera, but hey. Talking about hard drives today, so let's just do a real quick rundown on the difference between some different types. So today we're going to be primarily taking a look at the WD Black. It is a M.2 drive, which looks like this. M.2 drives, they're basically a piece of PCB with a whole lot of flash sticks just stuck on there. I should have a close-up somewhere now. Next type of drive we're talking about are solid-state drives. Well, that is a solid-state drive as well, but this is probably more or less the solid-state drive that you're used to seeing. It uses the SATA protocol, which basically is the standard hard drive connectors. Finally, we're going to talk about big old spinny boys like this. These are sort of your traditional storage methods. Still high use at the moment because the price per gig on these are pretty outstanding. You can buy a 2 terabyte drive for around 70 New Zealand dollars, 70 to 80 bucks on sale, whereas these solid state drives, you're looking at a lot more. Even the standard SATA ones, which are cheaper than your NVMe equivalents, they still go for quite a fair bit. So this particular SATA SSD, I got a few months back on sale. It was about $54 for 120 gig. That's like real good deal for where we are. I know in the States you can get kind of 120 gig SSD for like 40 bucks, which is pretty good. So most of the time, any build, if I'm recommending a build, this is a must. Like at minimum of 120 gig SSD for a boot drive. A standard user should be fine with this. You're probably going to find, I'm just showing you now, it's empty. I'm kind of lying to you a little bit. I already sold this machine. This is just an empty box. Right, what's the difference? So this one, the SATA drive, works through a standard SATA connection, which you'll find on most modern hard drives. Basically anything newer than IDE. If you're watching this and you were born outside of like 95, 98, you probably don't know what IDE is. It's an old standard for drives. I will grab one. So this is an IDE connector. Hopefully that focused, I don't know. This is a real old way of accessing data. In fact, to be honest, it's not even the oldest. I have older drives with different connectors, but let's not go beyond this because then it gets a little bit harder to talk about because I don't know, it's before my time. Anyway, SATA drives. SATA drives are capped at 600 megabytes per second. That is SATA 3 interface. That is the limit. There is an update, there's SATA 3.5, but at the moment, it's kind of, I don't think anything's going to really come of it because now we have NVMe over a PCIe connector. In this case, it's an M.2 connector, which basically interfaces right with your motherboard. I know the camera can't see it right now, but I will show the swap very soon. So the difference is basically the cap of bandwidth that these can allow. Flash chips, like flash, NAND flash storage, like this, has a limit a lot higher than what the SATA limit is. Now we have NVMe. NVMe allows the flash chips to run a lot faster and your system can actually make the use of fast NAND flash like this. In this case, we've got 3400 megabytes per second versus 549 on the last one. Significantly faster. Take for example the difference between a mechanical drive like this one, a 2 terabyte drive from Seagate, even though this video is about a Western Digital device, but it's cool, don't worry about it. This one in particular, when I ran Crystal Disk on it, hit an embarrassingly low 54 megabytes per second, which is just horrendous. This is a very old drive. Like this thing clicks like shit and it's oh, can't say that. It's screwed. So that's not really something to base your benchmarks on because standard drives now, if you bought a mechanical drive now, you're probably likely to get around 100 megabytes per second out of it. As you can probably see from some of these benchmarks, the improvements are tangible but not amazing. If you already have a solid state drive, the upgrade may not be what you think it's going to be. It's not really... Oh, no! The point of this video is to see how this drive actually performs and how it stacks up against other NVMe storage drives, like the 960 Evo that I have currently installed on my system, versus this one. I can tell you now, this was faster. Like, more than I thought it was going to be. I did feel a lot more snappiness behind it. Let's talk testing methodology though. So first of all, what I did is I took a fresh install of Windows and I put it onto both drives. I then filled it as much as I possibly could with games, applications, and just kind of jump. It took a while because I don't have an adapter that allowed me to clone an M.2 drive, so I basically just had to manually do both, which wasn't that great, and I don't know if that's actually going to affect the testing, but hey, basically I wanted to jam it up to make it sort of realistic on an everyday system. So what you could expect, instead of just running a benchmark, because straight out of the box you know that when you run a benchmark it's going to end up hitting kind of about what it says on the box anyway. So in this case, it was significantly faster. Scrub rates in Adobe Premiere were awesome. I found that I was getting a lot less latency or lagging when I was editing sort of audio files, which I thought was my system starting to slow down. It's a Skylake based CPU, and so it's older, but it's not like out of date sort of thing yet. But you know, maybe we'll wait for Threadripper. Maybe AMD might send us something. I don't know. Maybe. Editing wise, it was very smooth. Game performance wise, to be honest, I don't think you're really going to notice that much. Your frame rates aren't really going to change depending on hardware anyway. It's just a storage medium. Like, the bottleneck at that point is your CPU or your graphics card. I'm currently running a 6700K overclocked at, I think it's probably 4.9, I think, and a 1080 Ti, which has kind of pushed its limit as well. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like it, you will. If you don't want to see more like it, don't subscribe. But if you did enjoy it, subscribe, like the video, show it to your friends. We are the Insatiable Gamer. We have a website, we have a Facebook page with a bunch of giveaways. We have a Twitter, which again, frequent giveaways, and same with our Instagram. It's all the Insatiable Gamer. We also have a sister site, which is the Insatiable Filmer. So if you're into films and you want to talk about them, we have a community that's starting to grow there. We have a community Discord that you can join for free and meet some people, play some games, see how we go. We're in New Zealand based, but we have writers all across the world, and we are open to chatting at stupid hours of the morning about games that you might not hear about. Subscribe to the podcast, have a listen, enjoy it. We are on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio soon, Google Play Music, and SoundCloud, that's the one. We also have a Patreon if you enjoy this content. It's much appreciated. It helps us keep the lights on. More literal than figural right now because I don't have softboxes or anything. I just have a small lamp and my lights. Although, in saying that, this content will always be free anyway. But hey, think about the products that we've talked about today, and if you are wanting to buy them, feel free to use our affiliate links below. That would be much appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.